and welcome to my channel. My name's Nicole and here on Wee Mama I do lots of motherhood, lifestyle, cleaning and organisational videos. So if you like that kind of content, I would love it if you could stick around and maybe consider subscribing. In today's video I'm just going to talk you through all of my second-hand buys that I've bought for my baby. And I'll be quite honest, it is quite a lot, and most of the bigger purchases that you buy for baby have all been second-hand for us, for a mixture of reasons, cost-wise, and also because just to give things a new life. Recycling is good, people. Get straight into the video and start with the first thing we ever bought. The first thing that I bought when I first found out that I was pregnant with my little boy Didier is a pram, and I had a good look around at prams, got really excited when I found out I was pregnant, went to John Lewis and started looking at all the different options. Very exciting time, very lovely, until I saw the price tags of these prams, and I really liked the look of the Baby Zen yo-yo. I liked all the attachments from the car seat to the baby attachment, and the total cost was £700, and I couldn't quite get that figure out of my mind. And then we looked at like Bugaboos and all the other, you know, pram brands, and for what we kind of wanted with a bassinet and another chair setup, you know, it was still, I couldn't find anything decent for under £500. And in the end I just thought I would have a little look at Facebook Marketplace. I heard some girls at work talking about it and that you could find some good things on there, and I found a Stokke pram. And I know that Stokkes are actually quite an expensive brand. Any pram retails for about £1,000, and I found one of the first prams that they'd made and I bought it for £100, and was amazing. I absolutely loved this pram. Aside from one little fact that it was a tiny bit broken. My dad actually went to pick it up because it was like one of his neighbours, and when he picked it up, of course he did not know how to put this contraption together, and the lady did it for him and he was like, yeah, it looks like it's good, and I said, yeah, that looks great. He had a little look over it and I bought it. But then when I actually put it together, I realised that there was just something a little bit wrong with the clasp, and it just took a little bit of effort to fold the pram up and down. So aside from that, it was a great pram. But from my experience from having new prams and old prams, prams are something that you use with a baby every single day, and you know, your baby just gets heavier. They are just roughhoused all over the place. You know, they smack into curb, you know, they go through watery puddles, they go through mud. If you're anything like me, we go on like muddy walks, and you know, our prams just get a battering, so that kind of wear and tear is to be expected. But anyhow, yes, this Stokke was the stuff of dreams. It came with like the bassinet, which we didn't actually use because my little boy did not like being laid down flat, but we just used the attachment where it was just the seat, and he pretty much used this until I would say just over a year old, and I think we would actually have used it for a lot longer, except for we went into lockdown and we didn't really use our pram at all. So we really enjoyed this Stokke. I loved the design, I loved the concept. The only thing that I wasn't the biggest fan of was that the pram at the bottom, like the storage. The pram bag is a little bit on the smaller side. Now that I've got a different pram with a bigger storage, that has just come in so much handy. But yes, this was a lovely pram, and for £100, down from £1,000, this pram was in great condition. Aside from the latch, it still was fully functional, it was still safe. It was such a good find, and I really missed that pram. We actually donated it, gave it to a charity shop, because I got pregnant again quite soon and I needed to buy a double pram, which moves me on to my second-hand purchase. We bought another pram, a double pram and 2 seats off of Facebook Marketplace. We got this for £150. It was practically brand new, aside from there was a little bit of tearing on the bottom basket where when they folded it, it had ripped. But aside from that, this pram is in fantastic condition. It came with all the bags, the manuals, rain covers, and the lady just said we've only really used it for forest walks, and she said now that her children you know, that they've been in lockdown for so long, their children don't actually need that pram, they can walk now. I couldn't actually find the price of this pram. I got a feeling it might be discontinued. It is an Oyster Max 2 and it has just done us so well. When my little girl was first born, we put the bassinet at the bottom and my little boy on top, and now that my little boy doesn't quite need to be in a pram as much anymore, we just flip her around, we put her in one of the seats and my little boy will stand on the front of the pram where the handlebars are and I can just push him along. And it has been great. For £150, I can't complain. My third second-hand buy is a Stokke crib. I absolutely love this find. Again, I went to Facebook Marketplace and I found this crib. I had a real thing for Stokke. I think I was very influenced by Pinterest by this point. I just kept seeing all this beautiful furniture and these beautifully aesthetic nurseries, and this crib kept popping up a lot. I really liked the pine one. I think you can get them in black, white, pine, lots of different colours, but something about the pine just really stood out to me. So I had a look on the Stokke website and again it's like £999. I think that's the original price. When I had a little look on Facebook Marketplace, someone just up the road from me was selling this one for £100. Now I know you can get cots for all different sizes, shapes for less than £50 these days. I know that IKEA do very good ones, like basic ones, but this one I really liked because it grows with your baby. I'm very into that type of functionality that will just grow with your child. A bit like the Stokke pram, you get the bassinet and the pram just kind of grows with your child, and I really like that concept. So with the bed, it basically comes as like a tiny little oval, and then you can just expand it into a bit of a bigger bed, so you can lower like the slats, is it, to make a bigger oval, and then you can make a full grown cot, which is what we did when my little boy turned 1, I think it was. And on the last legs of this bed journey, you can actually take off a panel and it becomes a bed, which my little boy, he's now 2, and I think when he was around 1.5 and my little girl was born, we just transformed it into his bed. We just took a panel down and voila, it was a bed. And I really do credit this type of bed situation, like cot to bed. It just makes the transition from a toddler going from a cot into like a big boy bed, it just went so smoothly, and it's just so beautiful. And when you know you no longer need this cot to be a bed, I got a feeling that it actually turns into 2 chairs, because it's basically like an oval, and then when you take it apart, I think they turn into seats. So this is such a beautiful cot, and I am so happy that I snagged this for just £100 in perfect condition. One of my favourite second-hand buys. Number 4 is a bath seat. I didn't buy one of these with my firstborn. I guess I didn't really need it. I just used like big bath sponges from Home Bargains. And with my second, I really needed to be a bit hands-free in the bath. So I decided to buy a bath seat, and I really wanted one of the Angel baby care ones, but £25, I just couldn't justify spending almost £30 on a seat that my little girl would outgrow so fast. So I just again went to Facebook Marketplace and I found this bath seat for £5. So yeah, for me that was a bargain, £5 instead of 30. Can't go wrong. My 5th second-hand buy is a Doona car seat. Now I know that there is a lot of controversy about buying second-hand car seats. At the time I was really looking into a Doona because we were supposed to be going on holiday with family members and I didn't want to take my big double pram. I was going on my own without my husband. I thought a Doona might just be a little bit easier, like travel-wise. If you're not aware, a Doona is a car seat on wheels. It's one of the first of its kind, and I think they retail for about £300 to £500. And yeah, they are so super handy to have. You literally just pull a clasp and you can take it out of the car, and the wheels fold down and you can just go out on your way. And then when you're out and about, you can just take them out and off you go, and then again pull the clasp and it all folds down and you can put it in the car. Super handy. I made sure that I had a good conversation with the lady that I bought it off. I wanted to make sure, you know, how old it was before, if there was anything wrong with it before I bought it. She showed me the receipt. She said she'd had it for a year or just over and there was nothing wrong with it, but her child had just outgrown it and she wasn't having any more children and she just didn't need it. So I thought that was a good enough reason, and yes, I decided to buy it, and it has been a great purchase. So the 6th thing on my list is a feeding pillow cushion. I have just washed this, but it looks very grey. I think these have got a name called like a boppy. They're really comfy. I absolutely love these. Yeah, I think the branded name is Boppy. I don't actually know where this is from. It's called, on the label it says Hush, and this was given to me by a lady who I used to nanny for. I used to look after her little girl and her little boy, and she gave me a load of stuff that she was getting rid of when I found out that I was pregnant. And I wasn't actually planning on buying anything like this, but of course when she gave it to me I wasn't going to say no, and it has actually been a lifesaver. I wouldn't really personally pick up soft furnishings from you know, charity shops or, you know, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, but I don't know, I feel like as I know them quite well, I was quite happy to take it. I don't actually have a photo of this gym. When my little boy kind of outgrew it, we just passed it on and gave it to some friends. But yeah, I hadn't purchased him like a floor gym yet, and when she gave it to me I thought, yeah, I will take that. And my little boy absolutely loved playing with it, because I know that these can be quite expensive as well. It can range from 15 to 20 to 30 pounds, so to get one for free was quite handy. Another thing on my list is a snooze pod. I didn't get one with my first. I really liked the concept of it, but I just couldn't face paying £300. I think they're like £200 you know, by the time you've bought like the mattress, all the furnishings to go on top of it, it is quite a big expensive purchase. So I found one on Facebook Marketplace for around £80. My lovely mother, she ended up purchasing it for us anyway, and she also kindly bought us all the furnishings to go with it, so a new mattress, new mattress protector, and blanket and mattress covers. So yes, finding a snooze pod for £80 was a great find, and I have actually loved the snooze pod, and I really wish that I'd actually bought one sooner. Another thing on my list is a dresser. I really did not want to buy a changing table because I know that my children wouldn't be using it for that long, so I really wanted something that would be a bit more functional, and I thought a big dresser would be you know, 2-in-1. I can store all my new baby's clothes in it and also have, you know, like a changing mat on top. My mum also very kindly gave us this dresser, but I know that these things can get very pricey. You know, I think the ones from IKEA are, you know, reasonable enough, but if you actually have a look on like John Lewis and other kind of things like Argos, retailers where they, you know, sell like big baby furniture bundles, these dresses can actually really add up and they're quite pricey. So luckily my mum had a dresser going spare and I nicked it, and this dresser is great. It's got 2 big drawers at the bottom and then the 2 drawers here and 3 at the top for all the smaller items. I just gave it a lick of paint, and of course now, as you can see, my son has drawn all over it. I just got my label maker and added all my labels on of where I wanted all the baby's clothes to be organised, and yes, this has been great. Just topped off with a changing mat and a basket. This has been a great help. There's no changing mat on top at the moment because we actually haven't used it that much now that we're at home. We've just brought everything kind of downstairs because we're always in the living room. But for my first baby in our other 2 houses, this was great. And last but not least, but clothes, second-hand clothes. I actually got gifted quite a few hand-me-downs from friends and family, and I also bought a few second-hand baby grows off of eBay. I really wanted some zip-up baby grows for baby number 2 because they were such a godsend with my first, but I don't know if it's because we were in the middle of lockdown, the first lockdown, when I was like buying all of these items. I just couldn't find anything. I just couldn't find any zip-up onesies that weren't outrageously expensive. They were all either out of stock, or it was like £19–20 for just one zip-up onesie, which I refused to pay. But I really did want some zip-up onesies because they just make your life so much easier, especially in the middle of the night when you're half asleep, sleep deprived, and you know, you have to change your screaming baby's nappy. So I went over to eBay and I found some really lovely onesies. I think I even got one from Julian McDonald. It was a really nice star print one, and I got a 3-pack of Mamas and Papas. They were absolutely fine condition, and I think I paid under £10 for all 4 of them. They were great. So guys, that is everything on my list, all my major big second-hand buys. I think that is everything that I've actually bought second-hand for my children, and it won't stop there. I know that if I have any other babies, I will still look into things second-hand. I know it's not for everyone, but this has definitely saved me some serious money, and also it's just helping the world. There is nothing wrong with these prams or these cots. I absolutely adore some of these items like the Stokke cot. I was so happy with that. I can't wait to keep that and use it for all of my babies. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, I would love it if you could give it a big thumbs up. Please let me know down in the comments what you thought of the video. I would love it if you could please consider subscribing. It would really help support and grow my little channel. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next one.